Hey, what's up, everyone? Film Canada Press here. I just wanted to share with you guys that there was a shooting today in Edmonton, and two police officers were killed. It's probably news across the country, I don't know, but it's definitely news here. You know, as far as we don't have a lot of details, and you never know what events took place. We may never know what exactly happened, but at any rate, two officers were killed, and they've been identified as Constable Travis Jordan, 35, and Constable Brett Ryan, aged 30. Both officers had between 5 and 10 years of experience. What very limited from the police information we have at this point in time is that the officers entered a building after hearing about some sort of an altercation at a domestic dwelling, walked into the hallway of the building, and were shot at that point in time. It sounded like the chief was indicating that he didn't have evidence at that time that the officers even had time to react to pull their guns. The shooter turns out to have been a 16-year-old boy, and the domestic that they were responding turned out to have been that allegedly that the mother had been shot, and she is in potentially life-threatening but stable condition in hospital tonight. But I wanted to do this video just to let you guys know that this had taken place, show you guys these young men's faces. First of all, I want to say that condolences to the families of these two police officers. Again, I don't ever want to see a situation where there's violence. You know, that's not the way to solve these situations. And obviously, this is not, this is not a normal thing that a normal person would ever dream to do. But there are dangers inherent in being a police officer. And although there are some horrid police officers in this city, and I suppose in every city, we also must remember that they do a difficult and dangerous job. And in light of that, tonight I think it's important to remember that, and to remember the function of the police, to remember that it's not right to inherently hate police or assume the worst in them. The reason why things like this happen, I truly believe, is that people believe that the police are going there to hurt them, to kill them. And so they react in a crazy way. Sometimes it's just mental health. Sometimes there's just nothing that anyone really could have done. But a lot of the times it's because of fear and mistrust, and they think that they're going to get brutalized and thrown in a cage, and they just take a last desperate grasp for whatever, for freedom. And that seems to be what happened here. The young 16-year-old boy allegedly has killed himself after shooting the police. So we have 3 dead people and another clinging to life. It's an absolute tragedy in any situation. And I just want to reiterate that, number one, as an auditor and as a person who sometimes comes out here and tells you guys stories about some of the crooked and crummy cops in this town, I also like to always perpetually reiterate with you guys that police are not, we don't want to generalize and inherently believe that police are always bad and always criminal. That's wrong. And we never want to see police officers being hurt. As an auditor, and I believe I speak for our entire community, that we wish condolences on the families of these officers. It's a tragedy, and we're sorry that this has happened. And again, though I feel no special, bond to the police of any kind, to me it's very similar to when Stephen Nguyen was murdered by the police. Same kind of a thing. It's a tragedy, and these people are leaving behind families who love them. We just want to share with the police tonight, though we wish you would return this empathy when someone is killed by a police officer. We wish you would shed tears for those people. We wish you would embrace each other and offer counseling and do a press conference and talk about just how unbelievable this is. And we wish that you would do a march and play trumpets and carry the casket of the individual who you shot. We wish that you would do those things to show the human nature of the real people whose lives you affect and whose lives you sometimes end. But whether you do that or not, we're going to do our part because we see your humanity and we wish that you could see us back the same way. Tonight we think of these officers. I'm going to say their names one last time. These are Constables Travis Jordan, aged 35, and Constable Brett Ryan, aged 30. Young, you're very young men, far too young for something like this to happen. And tonight we think of their families. We send our prayers and our well wishes for their families. Constables Travis Jordan and Brett Ryan killed in the line of duty today in the city of Edmonton, Alberta. Condolences to the family from Film Canada Press.